Hello everybody and welcome to the inaugural video, Kickstarter, send-off thing, whatever you want to call it, for Gender Spectrum's new video series about trans teens talking to their parents. My name is Kat. I'm an 18-year-old trans guy from Louisville, Kentucky, currently studying in Chicago, Illinois. But before I get into the video and what I actually want to talk about, I figure you should know a couple things about me, perhaps. So this isn't awkward or anything. So a couple quick facts about me. I'm adopted. I'm studying in Chicago for film. I'm a year and 8 months on testosterone, 1 year, 7 months post-op, and it has been 2 years and 9 months since I came out to my mom, which is what I wanted to talk to you about today. That's what we're here for. We're talking about coming out. I'm here to talk to you about how I came out and how maybe this can help you come out, or parents, maybe this can help you prepare for if your child comes out. Being that, half of this is going to be talking to the kids, half of this is going to be talking to the parents, little bit in between. We'll see how it goes. Teens, when you are looking to come out, there are 3 things you need to think of. There's a lot of things you need to think about, 3 categories. You get the gist. The first is your situation. The second is yourself. And the third is your method of coming out, how you're gonna do it. In regards to your situation, you need to make sure that you have a backup plan, and as you're figuring this stuff out about yourself, you kind of want to get a gist of what side your parents might stand. I came out probably like 2 weeks after a lot of heavy research because I knew my mom was going to be supportive and I was ready to do it. But your backup plan is so important. Even if you know they're going to be supportive, you need to have one in case. Have a place you can go if for some reason you are not able to return to your home after you come out. Have people that will support you and all that kind of stuff. It's very, very important that you remain safe. And that leads on to the next thing, yourself. Make sure you're ready to come out. You know, no one's forcing you to come out before it's your time to do it. Make sure you are ready, you feel safe, and make sure it's something that you want to do and you're not being pressured to do it. And the last thing is your method of coming out. This is where it's gonna get a little bit personal, not for you, but for me, because I have a copy of my coming out letter right here. I've gone through and picked out some bits and pieces of it that I'm going to be sharing with you. So back to your method of coming out. If you didn't catch on, I came out through a letter, and the way I came out and the words that I use is a combination of 3 trans YouTubers that I found. Those people were Skylar Kurgel, Benton Sorensen, and Alex Birdie. So please be aware that as I read fragments of this letter, that transitioning and educating and learning is very much a growing process. There are a lot of arguably misogynistic, sexist things in this letter, and it's very heteronormative. It was my mindset as a 15-year-old when I was ready to come out and just trying to find a way to tell my mom. And one last thing, the reason why I chose to come out in a letter rather than telling her in person or calling her on the phone or anything is I have an issue with confrontation when it comes to situations like this. This was a choice regarding my situation because I wanted to feel safe. I wanted it to be sort of clear because I knew I was gonna mumble and I was gonna get off track if I told her in person. All right, let's do this thing. The first fragment and the way I opened up is, I understand if you might be upset about things that I say in this letter, but all I'm asking for you is to have an open mind. I don't necessarily, I think in my mind when I was writing it, I was trying to prepare her for what was coming, and I just wanted it to be, you know, please just read the letter without judgment and then we can talk about it later and share our feelings. And that was sort of a buffer, or just, I guess, a hint that something important was gonna be in this letter and that she needed, that it was imperative for her to have an open mind. Next part, and this is where it gets to me trying to horribly explain these feelings I've had. I've begun to have an attraction to females instead of males. I don't picture a female to male relationship, I picture a male to female relationship with me as fulfilling the guy or boyfriend role. And that part in particular came from one of Benton's videos where his psychiatrist told him to, you know, draw a picture of himself at what would be his wedding and who he saw himself as. On to more. When I look back, I always see myself as this wannabe warrior person and a girl who is in touch with her masculine side more than other girls. I've been getting these impulses to get in fights, don't remember that, even though I'm probably not able to strength-wise. I've thought about the Army and the National Guard and about how I want to fight and protect. This is very much about my masculine side. I have thought about those things, and I don't know, at that age I was still very much in a binary, and it's not necessarily, bad, but it's also not necessarily good. Now, that part of the letter doesn't make sense to me, why that was necessary, but I guess I was just trying to explain this trait of a more masculine side and these more masculine thoughts for a more masculine job role as a reason why I was believing that I'm trans. And this final part, before I read it, the way I wanted to end this letter is I wanted to include her in what I was about to do. At this point when I was writing this letter, I absolutely knew I was trans. There was no going back. I knew that I wanted to go on testosterone. I knew what I wanted to do, but they may be more supportive if you're letting them into this part of their lives and you're not just doing it alone. So here we go. I feel like I've entered this major journey to find myself, and I really want you to be a part of it because I realize now that I felt so lost with the coming and going of these thoughts and ideas, and I really want someone by my side when I walk the trail. And I think that the first step to finding myself is to seek gender therapy. That was the big thing. I need to go to a gender therapist. This gives her maybe some comfort that, it might just be an identity crisis that I'm going through, and there's a professional who can help me figure this out. I'm not sure what you'll think about this as a first step, but it's been a first step for a lot of people, and they said that it made them feel better and really helped. All I'm asking for you is to have an open mind about who I am now and who I may be. And that's the ending of the letter. So there are a lot of things I would change about that letter, and there are a lot of different ways I would come out. I hope this video helped in some way, but if you have any questions, and this is for both parties, feel free to contact me. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the series. Bye.